guys. So, as usual, checking the audio and video right fast. Hopefully, everything is coming in good. I do see we got John JT, good old Flash in the house. Yankees. Man, you better go stand in that corner. We got South Florida. We got Ari. We got Dawn. And I saw Susan Kelly up in the house today. I did see Dangerous Freedom. Looks like he might be stopping in later. So, now we got that covered. Let me check and make sure that we don't have the fan blowing too loud. All right, good deal. All right, so a little bit of news first. Our buddy Magic Prepper has done a review of the fire starting kit for me. Actually, he published it today. I think I have the link here. Let me attempt to put this out here for y'all. I'm hoping that is the correct link, actually. I could be wrong. I hope that's the right one. Hold on, let me double check here. It is the right link. So yeah, he had took care of that for me today. Prescott Caliber Club will be having a release of his review, I think next week. I believe is when he's going to do his. I've actually already seen it. I got, being a YouTube creator, you get the behind the scene things from other people from time to time. Yeah, it was actually very good. I liked it. So those are out, and his will be out sometime next week, which is pretty good. Let me check up and chat here. Fallout Shelter. I forgot to say your name. How's it going, bud? Dale James, how's it going? All right, guys. So I am going to attempt to bring up these reports in the top right hand screen since I am inside the house now. I'm actually in the Florida room, the sunroom as they call it, and I am not in the bunker. Hopefully, my connection stays good so I can do that instead of trying to just read it off to y'all. I did put the links up for these stories in the description. That way you can go check them out yourself. I was able to do that ahead of time. So I'm learning. It takes me a while, but I'm learning. Okay. All right. So, I was going to start off with, welcome everybody to Central Florida Prepper World of News, where reality is in the eye of the beholder. Oh, wait. That's mainstream. Sorry about that. Does my voice sound really deep? I don't know. Let me double check. It does, actually. That is weird sounding. Okay, that's creepy. All right. Like slow deep. I'm not slow, I'm special. Let me turn off this fan because that's usually never running. Let me see if that works. All right, let's test that out. See how the audio is now. 1, 2, 3. Huh. Still got a deep sound. Well, that's just weird. Everything's plugged in correct. I am not sure why. Wow, that is so weird. Okay. Oh, we got CJ Blaze and WB Prepared Mind. Awesome. Dude, I do not know why my voice sounds so freaking deep tonight. Hold on, let me pull my audio and see if there's an issue there. Testing 1, 2. I don't know. Okay, that's better, right? Sounds a little bit better, I think. Man, the technical issues I have here. Okay. All right, you caught me. I was trying to do some Josh Turner tonight, okay? Jeez. It was it was the mic jack. I had to unplug and put it back in. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and pull up these reports if I am able to. First one I have is good old Florida's made the national news again. Imagine that. I'm going to pull it up on my other account. That way I can pull it up here. So bear with me while I attempt to do this. And let's see here. Hopefully that comes in. We will find out. Yes, Josh Connor, you are correct. Turn the lights down low. All right, sounds good now. Okay, perfect. So, a Florida woman busted with 24 homemade pipe, we're going to say tubes. All right. Let's go ahead and bring her up here. Oh, yeah, that's that baby right there. Keep on scrolling down here. All right. Florida woman built 24 pipe tubes packed with nails and pellets and had amassed an astonishing amount of the W words, all with the intention of hurting people, authorities said Friday. Michelle Knotts, 27, was arrested in Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office by County Sheriff's officers Thursday night after the woman's parents stumbled upon the tubes in her home just outside Tampa Bay, according to authorities. Officers also found more than 20 different knives, multiple BB guns, and hunting bows, as well as dozens of books and DVDs on mass bang-bangs, good old T-word, and tube making, cops said. Colts was consumed with the, I'm not going to say that word, but it is right there for you to see, along with other mass murders. Chief Chad Cronister said in a press conference Friday morning, the homemade tubes weren't finished, but they could be made lethal in under a minute after adding the fuse and powder, according to authorities. Now, again, I will leave this up for y'all. It is in the, I got a fly flying in front of my face there. I do apologize. I've got that listed on the descriptions. First, let me go ahead and discuss this as best I can. It is not illegal to have these items. They were not manufactured. They were not sealed. They were not packed with the pow equipment. All right. Now, I got to have a little bit of EOD training
When I was in the Air Force, like I said, I was munition systems. I worked in a warehouse. I'm a glorified forklift driver, and materials handler is basically what my job is. We assembled conventional weaponry, we stored it, we shipped it. That's it. All right. I'm no special operations operator or anything like that. All right. I'm just a country boy that was in an igloo. All right. We called them earth igloos. Now, this was back way in the day. But with the little bit of training that I had, we had EOD. All right. We had to learn how to rig up the bomb dump in case the base was ever attacked or taken over, so we can take out those munitions so they don't fall in the wrong hands. These things were nowhere close to being used as boom booms. All right. She had BB and pellet rifles and pistols. This is falling underneath the red flag laws, even though technically she didn't break any law. All right. If you can show me where. Now, I did take, back in high school, I was taking college courses, home study courses for police forensic. I was wanting, it's called police science. All right. So I had to learn a lot about law. All right. And then I got on the wrong side of the law a couple years back, learned a lot more about the law. Anyway, she didn't do nothing wrong. Now, they did say that there were some non-directive threats that she wrote down, supposedly, but there was no one in particular picked for these threats. She just kept saying she wanted to hurt people. So this is a classic red flag. All right, this is one that they just get to round you up. Sorry, guys, I've got something flying in front of my face out here. The Florida room, even though I have the backdrop from the shed, got all these windows, and all kind of, it's basically being outside. All right, Alfred Phillips, video and audio. No, it's all good. All right, perfect. JT, her parents turned her in. Yes, and I believe that I just said she was 27. I'm thinking there's some mental issues on top of this story that they're not getting deep in, but they just keep on throwing stuff out. Now, if y'all remember, some of y'all that's been with me for a while, back in May, I did a story where we had an individual walking around with a pipe tube right here near my home. All right. I mean, it was not far. And supposedly his excuse was he thought it was a firework. You know what these things are just by looking at it. And it's just like the mailer would be that was mailing off the explosive tubes in the mail to the Democratic Party members. As soon as I saw those things, I was like, nope, never would have went off. I mean, I could look at it. As soon as they showed the pictures, I'm like, those are fake. And of course, they made a whole story on them. Now, my concern is because they said that she had a lot of material as far as reading material and DVDs and stuff on the mass bang bangs and how to build tubes. So are we now arresting people for information? Is that where we're going? Are we becoming communist socialists where now information is illegal? Where's the line here? All right, so in a all-out SHTF and also civil, you know what? No one had to make things like that. Of course, we'll definitely cover your butt. But to see this happen, and they keep harping on the DVDs and CDs and the books, which is perfectly legal to purchase. I didn't see a single copy of the anarchist cook, you know what, in her collection from the photos, which is automatically flagged if you ever download that one. Excuse me. So my thoughts, we're going to be seeing more and more of this just for having literature and entertainment, DVDs, things like that. If they want to grab you, well, that's enough to arrest you, even though it's perfectly legal to go out and purchase everything that she did and have them in your home. All right. Okay, guys, let me go and pull up the other one here. I do see a lot more faces in here, guys. I am sorry if I did not give everybody a holler here. I saw French Files. Hey, girl, how you doing? Very glad to see you. CJ Blaze, I thought I called you out. Hopefully I did. Definitely glad you popped in. Of course, Flash, I definitely see you, buddy. As actually though, how are you doing? How are you feeling, man? I know you've been going through a lot up there. And again, guys, I want to take this time to thank every single one of y'all. I know I have in the past, but I still want to thank y'all for all the support that y'all have given me and my family with my aunt's passing. Thankfully, she passed while she was asleep. So we take comfort in that she got to move on while she was asleep. So made us feel a lot better that she did not have to go through a lot of pain. She was at home with morphine drops in her IV. So yeah, she was pretty gone. I mean, when they found out that her kidneys had failed, everything happened fast. But I definitely appreciate every single one of y'all for that. All the emails, the phone calls, texts, everything I've gotten from y'all, I do appreciate that. All right, so let me go and pull up our other story here. Give me a second while I hit my email. And okay, yes, there it is. Now, some of these stories, guys, Adam was able to pick up on Marfugal and talk about a little bit. See here, let me check this out. All right, Flash, I see you there. Yeah, how's that hand doing? Hopefully it healed up good for you. All right. Now, usually Adam there in Marfugal does get a lot of great news. I get a lot of great news that I can follow up from his channel. I do want to clarify some things for everybody here. There is a misconception that I have a backdoor channel directly to Adam. I do not. Okay, I am just a subscriber. I am a huge supporter of his channel. He has given me a lot of support for my channel, a lot of help, but I don't have a direct line to Adam. So to ones that are sending me a lot of emails and stories, I do appreciate the stories. But when you say make sure Adam gets hold of this, I don't have the ability to call him up and say, hey, man, you need to go take a look at this. All right, so I just want to clarify that, guys. I don't have a personal one-on-one relationship with Adam, but I'm a huge supporter and subscriber to his channel and, of course, to Fugal Fam. But I just want to clarify that for everybody because I have been getting some emails. I just want to make sure everyone knows I can't just pick up the phone and go call him. All right. All right, see here. Fugal rocks. Yes, Red Gang. Absolutely. All right, let me go pull up this other article right fast. All right. And again, guys, I'm using that StreamYard. So it is still new to me, but I like the abilities that it has been given to me as far as trying to bring up stories and things. All right, so hopefully I am not stuck with a load and buffer wheel. Okay, powerful clerics urge Ryak government to quit as protests rage. They're in the one of Ryak's most influential clerics call on Friday for the government to resign as the death toll rises to 65 in 3 days of violent national protests against official corruption. There's a lot going on with this guy. A lot of these stories have given me the police officials there using snipers protest. All right, they said violent protests, and it's not really coming from the protesters themselves. This is directly from. Sorry, I've got a bad lag here, guys. Probably shouldn't have pulled up this report. On the street setback, they're targeting individual protest protesters. Reuters report fall to the ground at the head. He was pronounced dead in the hospital. Playing around here at all. I mean, they're just going straight out, and if you disagree, they shoot you. All right. And I keep seeing a lot of people carry on and on about how great these other countries and these other countries' policies are. They're not so great. I mean, we have a lot of liberties here. Yeah, Alfred, I just saw that I'm lagging. It did not like that. I did not like that article at all, because I'm trying to pull up articles so that you can actually see without me just sitting there reading off my cell phone as usual. It could just be that the computer is not fast enough as far as a processor for it. But, like I said, we're going to give it a try tonight. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do. I got my resolution down as low as I can on 420, 480. So, yeah, I am doing my best here on that. All right. So, also, I could probably pull up on my phone. But the fact is that they're targeting them, individuals. Not like they're just mass spraying bullets into a crowd. They're saying that it looks like they're targeting certain individuals. Now, I'm not going into details on which individuals was hit, not yet. I'm still waiting to see if there's any political ties in some of the victims there, because that will definitely be a rabbit hole for sure if it is. But just my thoughts. I have no proof on that just yet. I just want to keep on digging into it and see what goes on with that. All right, let's go ahead and get that other article up here while I am attempting. Of course, that is the wrong button, which y'all can't see that yet. I got to make sure I go to my email first, then go pull it up. Which one is this? Oh, yeah, there we go. Good old hackers. Let's see if I can pull this up. All right. It takes a minute sometimes. While we get that. Okay, so Microsoft, Ryan government linked hacker targeted 2020 presidential campaign. I'll tell you what, Ryan there just does not know when to quit messing with the Bulldogs. All right, this is just ridiculous. A hacker linked to the Ryland government made more than 2,700 attempts to target email addresses belonging to a 2020 U.S. presidential campaign. Government officials, journalists, and predominant Rylanians living abroad, the tech giant Microsoft said Friday. The company said that 4 email accounts were compromised by the group it calls Phosphorus, but none of these compromised accounts were associated with a presidential campaign or current U.S. government official. They just said that it was. Just the paragraph above. Microsoft has notified the persons related to these investigations and threats and has worked as requested with those whose accounts were compromised to secure, according to Tom Burt, Microsoft Vice President for Customer Security Trust. Now, the reason I bring this up, guys, is that they really have not learned their lesson at all when dealing with the United States. This to wake to the idea not to mess with us anymore. Let me pull that back up. Hopefully that did not clog down on you guys. Again, those links will be up, and they already are up in the description box, so you can take a look at. All right, let's see here. And the other, I had several other articles that I was going to cover tonight, but I do want to go and pull up this other one, because the other article is just, I'm just going to be venting my stupidity on. Actually, I got two more here. This one here is good old fake book. We already know about the great censorship that comes along with this particular. Well, I sent a link. It worked earlier. Yeah. All right, so I'm seeing that everything gets logged out. Everything's getting chopped up, guys. Well, that sucks. All right, let me close these windows and I'll just read off my phone the account. Like I said, I did put up the articles on the description. So I'm getting bad lag when I tried to open up those other windows. All right, so let me just go and pull it up here. And again, the links are in the description for these stories. This one here comes from Al Jazeera. I use them a lot for a lot of news. All right, Facebook removes accounts from UAE, Nigeria, Egypt, and Indonesia. Hundreds of pages accused of coordinated and authentic behavior and misleading millions of users worldwide. Last I checked, Facebook was a social media page, not a information highway for regulation on things. I mean, why are they even getting involved with this? When you see a social media page start getting involved with stuff like this, talking about misleading millions worldwide, and they start removing their accounts, why? Who's telling you to do this? I really don't think you're taking it on yourself, Zuckerberg, to make the world a safer place with Facebook and censorship. You're obviously being told to do this by somebody else. CJ Blaze, lots of technical issues tonight, not just you. Okay, I will try it again, guys, but like I said, this computer is a refurbished computer I got for $200, this laptop. I mean, sure, it looks new when I got it through the mail, but I know that the processor speed is not that fast, so it could be something there. So I can just read it off. All right, Facebook has removed several pages, groups, and accounts on its platform from the Middle East, Africa, Southeast Asia, citing coordinated, inauthentic behavior aimed at misleading social media users. A total of 443 Facebook accounts, 200 pages, and 76 groups, as well as 125 Instagram accounts, were removed, the social media platform said on Thursday. They were traced to 3 separate and unconnected operations. Right. One of which was operating in 3 countries, the United Arab Emirates, Egypt, and Nigeria, and the 2 others in Indonesia and Egypt, to spread misleading posts and news articles. I would really like to see what those news articles were. Which side were they leaning? I don't have that information. I do apologize. But since they're reporting on this, they are not discussing exactly what the information was. But now they did say accounts that were engaged in spreading contents like topics like UAE's activity in Yemen, let's put it that way, the Iran nuclear deal, and criticism of Qatar, Turkey, and Iran. So if you criticize those countries or talk about Rylan, Wyman, with a Y, you can figure that one out, they take away your accounts. Censorship at its best. Now, Josh, we need to develop our own language to really throw off YT. Yes, I agree. Now, it's easy to get on the bandwagon and talk smack about the platform here. Yes, there is a lot of censorship. Um, so we just have to adapt because it's not costing me anything except for, equipment, but it's not costing me anything like a subscription to use this platform to get information out, especially with my prepping. But when I get into news, you got to be real careful what you say. So I can't really bash them as far as, well, they're doing this, they're doing that. Yeah, we're aware of that. We are. So until I make the move to a different type of platform, it's just something I got to jump through the loopholes. I did see someone's comment on one of Marfigo's live streams the other night. There it was probably a troll, but they were sitting there going, "Well, nice to see that you agree to censorship with your coded messages on words that you can't say." I'll address that right now. The reason why he codes those messages because the platform algorithm will make sure that video does not get spread. So as long as he codes certain phrases and certain words, that information is still getting out to thousands of other people. So they become aware of what's going on. That's why he does that. It's not being on board with censorship. It's because he has to make the adjustment to get that information out. Because if not, that video is going to be sitting there with just a couple, all right, so when he does his live stream, on average, 3,000 to 6,000 people watching. All right, well, if he doesn't watch how he phrases certain things, that's as much traction that video is going to get. Just that. It won't reach those higher numbers of other people being able to see that information if he's not careful and start coding things. So hopefully, most people here in our group, you'll understand that. It just, it got me when I saw that. And I do think it was just a straight up troll move. Let me get back here and chat right fast. Take a look at something before we get to that last story, guys. Taco cat spelled backwards is taco cat. Thank you for that infinite bit of wisdom there, Flash. Goofball. All right. So last bit of news that I want to just throw out there for y'all. Now this was pulled. Marfugo TV did cover this actually, but I also want to bring it back up. This is from hhs.gov. That's the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. All right. HHS purchases small pox, V injection, let's go with that, to enhance biodefense preparedness. As part of an ongoing preparedness effort against biodefense threats, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, HHS, will purchase small pack, let's do that, V injections called ACAM 2000 to build and replenish V injection stored in the Strategic National Stockpile, SNS, over the next decade. Under the agreement announced today, the HHS Office of the Assistant Secretary for Preparedness and Response, ASPR, man, you gotta love those alphabet organizations. And I just lost my place, which oversees the SNS, will award approximately $170 million to Emergent Biosolutions of Gaithersburg, Maryland, for the purchase this year. ASPR can purchase additional V injection over the next 10 years with a target of $2 billion in procurements and surge options for up to a total of nearly $2.8 billion. Now, this report I do have up on the description box, and again, this was from hhs.gov, so it is credible information. Investing up to $2 billion for these V injections against these smallpox. Now, we remember we talked about it in the past, the other facility there in Russia that blew up. There was an explosion. Why was there an explosion? It just doesn't make any sense to me. All right. It doesn't make any sense. I have my theories on that. And one of my big theories is either something walked out of that facility and the explosion was designed to cover up the theft of something, or somebody went in and the explosion is not being reported as how massive it really was to go in and get those. Carolyn, yes. Free to suspect. Yeah, it is, guys. All right, so anyway, I'm going to put Magic Prepper's site back up for you. He did a review on the emergency fire starting kits that will be coming out to market soon. So, if you want to take a look at his review on that, it's up there. He did a pretty good job at it, actually. It's cold in North Dakota right now. Trust me, I've done a lot of work out there. And I am opening up the chat for questions and answers, guys. So please feel free to ask anything. If I have an answer for it, I'll definitely give it to you. If I don't, I'll tell you, I have no freaking idea. All right, Let's see what we got here. But yeah, I definitely worry about, I hate to say worry because it's not really worrying. We prepare as much as we can for pandemic events. It is part of our SHTF preparedness. Now, are we up to par as I would like to be? No, of course not. I'm never up to par as in the supplies and things, the preps that I want. All right. But, we're sitting better than most. But, we worked really hard at it. Are we going to continue? Of course we are. It's part of our lifestyle. I mean, and besides lifestyle, we do see the threats that are out there. So, of course, we try to prepare. French files. Yes, people are always so proud when they get their F shots. Yeah. I don't get those. Sweet Liberty. Yes, exactly. All right, let me get back in the chat here, guys. Swiss Army Josh, there are signs all over Newport, Oregon, free F shots. Yeah, we get them down here too. Every Walgreens, CVS store. I even think the Walmarts down here have that. We actually have not been inside the Walmart in a while. It's just part of us. Now, there might be some times that people might still need to go to Walmart to get things. I get that. But for the most part, we're still boycotting shopping at the Walmart because of the stuff that went down with the ammunition supply, how they took that away from easy access to the American people. That's why we try not to ever go there again. Look at Toad. John, I'm not sure if I want to recommend that to anybody, but okay, whatever floats your boat. That's Look at Toad. Interesting. So let me get something to drink here. Oh, I do also want to thank, we had I was contacted by our Legacy Emergency Foods affiliate program, the people I'm working with on the channel here. They had notified me that we actually had quite a few people purchase the Legacy Foods, and it was right after our first and second review on that. So I don't know who it was. I'm just saying I do appreciate the support that y'all have done and helping out the channel here, because we do get a percentage of the sales. So yeah, I do appreciate that. Of course, they don't give me that information who it is. That's really none of my business. But because it happened right then, it had to be our subscribers here. So again, guys, I do appreciate that a lot. All right, what else we got going on in chat? I'll tell you what, that freaking fly, fixing to go get a big fly swatter. I have one of those Harbor Freight electric fly swatter, guys. That thing's amazing. Hit the button, lights up. When you hit something with it, it crackles. It's freaking awesome. Typical American. How's it going, bro? We just went through some news. Now we're just up to questions and answers tonight for the last bit of the show here. I spent a lot of time in research hospital while I was sick. I've been asking questions about this scenario for decades. Sunny Preps. I work in a lab that processes F tests for a tri-state region. We get free F shots at work. No one in the department chooses to get them. Well, that's Sunny Preps, so I'm hoping that they're not trying to do any type of mandatory injections there. Hopefully it's still a voluntary thing there. That's very good information, though. Sweet Liberty, hearing that India has halted exporting onions due to worst monsoon in 25 years. Also hearing seeds aren't as abundant. I am not surprised with that one bit. The stuff that's been going around across the globe as far as droughts, floodings, the unusual amount of tornadoes that we just recently had this year. There's a lot of things going on with the weather. Now, some say it's being controlled with the whole weather modification stuff. You know, it's a possibility. I do know that it was researched many, many years ago. I know that they used weather modifications in Vietnam. So it is a possibility. But I also do know that the poles are shifting. And with the poles and magnetic field going with those poles, that's changing a lot of weather too. So, yeah, there's definitely going to be massive food shortage. I mean, just doesn't take rocket science to figure it out. When you're seeing photos, well, I'm getting photos from farmers out in the Midwest and stuff that's showing me their fields flooding. They're trying to harvest what they can so that the plants don't rot. Yeah, there's going to be a shortage. I'm checking the chat again, guys. Flash, I have a question for everyone. Well, Flash, I am very interested to hear your question. Oh, here we go. Anyone in colder regions, have you gone through your vehicle to make sure they are ready for winter? Very good question, Flash. I do know that they had we're still having the heat wave that is going on because that Arctic pressure with the jet stream had kind of created a blockade with the tropical warmth that was coming from the south, and they've still got warm temperatures, but that's not going to last long. Once it tears through, they're going to be down with some very cold weather, and I think it's going to be colder than fall weather. That's a good question. All right, checking the chat again, guys. All right. Flash, we have 4 vehicles here, and I've been working like a madman, so not working on a vehicle in the snow. Yeah. It was 48 this AM. You know what? I miss the colder weather. I do. I'm not, I was born in Florida, but I was not raised here. It's freaking hot, guys. I don't like it. All right, French file. Going to eat some dinner. All right, I will definitely catch you later. I'm about to go get my fly swatter and go kill some flies that keep flying in front of me. There's those little small ass pissant gnat little things. I can't stand those things. But being out here in the sunroom, I really don't have a way of getting rid of them because the windows are those laden blind glasses that you crank the little wheel and they open up. So things come in all the time out here. JT, next year we're going to see a seafood shortage worse than now. 5-pound bag of potatoes heading to $5. Crazy. Oh, we're going to seafood shortages. I saw seafood, and that's okay. I need to learn how to read, right? Yes, 5-pound bags of potatoes heading to $5. Yeah, I was really thinking that we're going to be seeing the impact on the price and shortages before the end of the year. A lot of people are pushing that at the beginning of the year. We're going to be seeing it mainly because of the floodings that happened over there in the Midwest. Typical American, what do you think about Beto's last speech at the church? He says that the American people shouldn't be able to or have the right to defend themselves against the government. Yes, I did see that, typical American. Let them try. Constitution was written for a reason, all right, is to keep government in line, to keep us from being oppressed by a tyrannical government. I don't think they're going to get any traction on this stuff. It's not going to be like they're just going to, oh, the polls say this and this is what's going to happen. Those polls, they lie all the time. If it actually gets broke down to a vote, it's not going to last. But no, I do know they're trying to get rid of electoral votes. They're going to try to mess with the voting system on that. We start seeing that, then yeah, they'll try it, but it's not going to last. American people are not going to put up with it. We still outnumber them. They keep on throwing these polls up. Well, he's losing this and he's losing that. President T, man, he's falling in the polls. No, not. Everybody that voted for him still want him in instead of Beto, little Francis there. This is what gets me. Here I go. I'm fixing to go on a rant. Oh, Beto, he's Irish. Okay? He wants to be a little gangbanger, talking all this Hispanic jive. Francis, you're Irish. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. Let me get back into the chat. I'm sorry, guys. Carolyn, Sandy Hopkins has a question further up. All right, well, let me scroll up and see. Okay, where? Nope, I have a comment above. Hold on. I see Einstein's mom. Hey there. I'm trying to find it. CJ Blaze, good to see you. All right, it's going to be easier if you just type in the question again, because I'm not seeing it. It has scrolled quite a ways up. Typical American, he also said that American people have no chance against the government anyway. Yeah, well, we'll see about that. As you know, as much as I do, If he thinks he's going to bring in U.S. troops on American civilians, it's not going to happen. Now, is there some that might do it? Sure, not many. When people join the military, the majority, they're doing it to protect their country, not to join up so they can come back and shoot up and oppress American people. Typical American, I agree, is in the text Declaration of Independence. Yes, exactly. Trying to find that other question. Josh, rant. Yeah. Apple cider vinegar and dish soap traps catches them. Oh, yes, usually does, but these things here, they don't even bother with it. They'll fly around the rim of the container holding the apple cider vinegar. They won't even go down in it. They get drawn to it. That's it. Trying to scroll through. Did you ask that question again? Because I'm not seeing that question. So if you can actually ask that question again for me, I'd appreciate it because I'm not seeing it. Oh, I'm guessing all y'all saw the town meeting with hashtag AOC, the brains of the operation, with the other lady that came in asking about, well, demanding that we do something about climate change. We only have months left to live. And I talked about the Swedish scientist that was talking about we could eat dead human flesh. She brought that up and then started talking about eating children. Obviously, I'm thinking this woman is off her rocker. I don't think she's serious. I think maybe she has a mental condition on that, because no sane people is going to be spouting off stuff like that. But I did see reports right off the bat. The left-leaning mainstream started attacking, not her and not old hashtag. They said that the conservatives and the right wing are planting trolls in their town meetings to start a ruckus. No. The issue is your followers on this socialist communist that's going on are freaking nuts. Okay? That's the truth. It's not a troll plant by the right or conservative people to mess up your little townhouse. That's how ballistic these people are, how deluded, disattached they are. That's who's on that side. There's no way a clear-minded thinking person spouts off crap like that. Sorry, ranting again. All right, let me catch back in the chat. Okay, there it is. Sandy Hopkins, Central Florida Prepper. I just said many thoughts and prayers to you and your family. Sandy, I do appreciate that. Thank you. I tried looking for your question and I did not see it. But yeah, I do appreciate that. Thank you. Like I said earlier, she had an easy passing when she passed. So we actually very thankful for that. And I do appreciate the support everybody here gave to our family. And continue to do. I really do appreciate that. A damn fly. All right. Hey, CJ, are you still, CJ Blaze, are you still here? WV prepared mind, whack-a-troll. Exactly. I love that phrase, whack-a-troll patrol. Freaking awesome. Okay. CJ, if you don't mind, could you get JStone78's link up for her channel? The reason I ask this, guys, she is part of our group here. She is in Florida. She has her own channel. She is a mod on Marfugal TV. Last time I got to see one of her lives, she has the viewer count. She just needs the watch hours on her channel so she can be monetized. All right. So if you guys wouldn't mind going over there and helping her out, just click on a video because she's got long videos. She usually does her after show videos from when Marfugal ends at night. Set your phone off somewhere if you're not wanting to sit down and watch the whole 5 hours. I try to watch as long as I can. I usually fall asleep because it's usually pretty late when she finally gets out there and does a video. I usually last about 2 hours. I'm like, I got to go to bed. That way she gets the view hours that she needs, the minutes, so she can get monetized. And like I said, she is part of our community here. So I would definitely appreciate it if you guys, did that, help her out like that. She's actually really cool. Got a lot of great information. Most of her stuff is just hanging out, talking about stuff. So yeah, I would appreciate it if y'all did that. And no, she didn't ask me to do that, but she's part of our community. All right. I mean, I try to support as much community as I can. Let me get back in the chat here. C.F.P, may I do a review on your fire kit? Typical American. You know what? I have no problem with that. I will. Do me a favor and email me at centralfloridaprepper@hotmail.com, and we'll trade some information. I'll give that to you. As far as when it's going to be available, guys, I don't really know just yet. I'm trying to get everything else situated with my workman's comp. I'm actually supposed to be in therapy. I got approved for more therapy last week, and it still has not been approved by the workman's comp people. So I've been doing my own therapy here at the house. So they're trying to play hardball. Good times, good times. So yeah, it's been interesting. So we're still hashing all that out. CJ, thank you for getting that link up for me. Again, guys, if y'all will do me that favor, if you're not subscribed to her, definitely subscribe to her. She is part of our community. She also helps out a huge amount there on Marfugal TV as a mod there. Really, really great woman. I like watching her videos and hanging out in her chat room when she does her late streams. Like I said, she just needs some watch time hours to get her monetization. So, help her out, guys. Flash, really? I just saw. Good God, man, there's something seriously wrong with you, which I think you know that. It's actually funny. I won't repeat it, but that was actually funny. Yeah, typical American. Yeah, definitely hit me up on email, brother, and I'll get one of those sent out to you. Let's see what else we got here. You know what? Hold on. Hold on a second, guys. I'm having some difficulties here. I always have difficulties. I am not a tech person. It changes too much. By the time I figure out something, it changes, and then I have to figure out what the new stuff is. And if I don't have the time to do it, I get further behind in technology. We have. I about gave away some OPSEC. Never mind that. I have people I can go to with some tech issues. I'll put it that way. But all right. So as far as Wyoming looks like it's still on schedule as far as spring of next year. The channel will be going that way. I still have not figured out what I'm going to do with the channel name. I'm really worried about it getting lost in the platform if I go and try changing the name and stuff. I might just keep the name the same and just have a preview video for new subscribers that come That way they can see that we moved to Wyoming and no longer in Florida. No, that way we don't lose everything that we've already started building. And by the way, guys, every single one of y'all, our channel is blowing up. I mean, all right, a little over 2,000. I think we're over 2,400. The Fugal Love Mob that came over and subscribed and are participating in the channel, the chats, the comment section, is pushing this channel massively. All right, I did call in the other night to Marfugal TV. I was talking about that whatever it was, meteor, asteroid, space debris, whatever that flew over here in South Florida several months back, and I had like 200 some people come over and subscribe. So yeah, I definitely appreciate that. The Marfugal family has really helped out this channel a great deal. I mean, a whole lot. I was trying to get that point across to Adam when I had him on the phone, but I knew we had a small time to actually talk because, they try to keep it short. But yeah, he's actually helped us out a lot. And I think that maybe that's why people started thinking maybe I had a direct line to Adam. I don't. I'm just a subscriber. I know I support him as much as I can. He's sent a lot of support to me here, but yeah, I don't have a way to pick up the phone and give him a call. So yeah, for everybody that's sent me stories and stuff to get to him, about the best thing I can do is post it up in the Discord on my section in Florida and hope it gets picked up, because I don't have a direct line. Helen, C.F.P does homesteading. Yeah, we will be doing some homesteading. There's going to be a lot of that when we get up there. Let's see here. Typical American, me and tech don't mix. Neither do I. I found out that most technology works great as a boat anchor. Fixing it with a sledgehammer doesn't work. I was in North Dakota before I bought a new laptop. My other one had just crapped out on me, and the hard drive just went, and I had all my children's photos on the hard drive. And I went and got a 20-pound sledge and just I destroyed that thing. It was compact when I got done. I think shattered everywhere. What metal was in there, about the size, about that big around, what metal was in it. There's not much metal in them. Sorry, guys. Freaking gnat. It's like a gnat. Swiss Army Josh. Mafia. Exactly. All right. The boogeyman checks underneath his bed for C.F.P. I'll tell you what. My wife says I get excited when the power goes out. When I hear a noise that's not supposed to be around the house. She says she's never seen anybody move so fast to go take a look at it. Yeah, I mean, what am I supposed to do? Go cower behind somewhere? Would you move to? Jules, we have not moved yet. We will be moving to Wyoming. All right, I'm going to turn this fan on, guys, because it is hot out here. Hopefully the microphone does not pick up that fan. Check the audio here. Okay, that's good. All right. Josh, can you be part of group live stream if you don't do videos? I don't know if that was a question to me, Josh. Can you be part of group live stream if you don't do videos? I'm not sure what that question was. If it was meant to me or you're answering somebody else. We did check in Wyoming as far as our internet capabilities, things like that when we were last time up there. We have to change service with providers and all that stuff because even the cell phones, we lose cell phone reception before we even get to the property. But now that's because our cell phones currently are based here in Florida. So we'll have to change all that up anyway when we get out there. Now, there is some internet service that is for the rural area out there. So I'll be checking that. Yeah, that's just the backdrop. I'm in the Florida room. I'm not in the shed. That's just the backdrop that is moving around back there, guys. That's just a piece of vinyl print. That's not real wood. That was freaky. The wall behind you was moving. Josh, of course. Most people fam are not creators. Oh, okay. Now I understand what you're saying. Yeah. Now I do live stream. Or are you referring to? Never mind. That's probably not even my conversation. Never mind. The Superman wears Flash Frank pajamas. Why are you moving to Wyoming? Multiple reasons. One, population density is near nothing. I was raised in the country. I like the cold. I worked out in Wyoming. Being a welder, I worked in pipeline for years. Worked out in North Dakota, out in the oil fields out there. So with my trade, it works out pretty good out there. We are going to start homesteading. I grew up on a farm for a bit. It's part of our prepping. We're unplugging. We're getting away from society as much as possible. Being right here out, I'm like 11 miles from Orlando. I don't like it. We were able to buy 40 acres for under $40,000. So yeah, that's where I want to spend my life. I am not a city person. I'm an outdoors person. It drives me insane having to be here. I did a little video. I was recording a drive out to my physical therapy. That's downtown Orlando. Hardly any trees. I started thinking about it. I was sitting looking. I said, if you hear people sitting there and say, well, if SHGF ever happens and they're city people, well, I just make a fire, cook my food, boil my water. With what material? I'm sure there's plywood, and there's plywood. There's pallets and things like that you can bust up. I've used them in the past. It's not good burning that material and breathing that stuff in, especially since most of it's treated. Yeah, I'm just not a city person. And now, if you are a city person, that's what you want. Hey, stick it out. That's up to you. I'm not. I like to be able to go out my front porch and take a leak if I want to. I hate to put it blunt like that, but I'm a blunt guy. All right, what else we got going on here? Sorry, guys. I was rambling on and wasn't paying attention to the chat. Plan on doing one here soon with Will and Ryan again. I'll send you an invite. I'm still getting my program set up for that. All right. You going to bring in Josh? C.F.P, what is your favorite meal you've had from Legacy? Well, Flash, it is the pasta Alfredo, and that's actually what we're going to be doing next time. We're going to be doing, all of them has been pretty good. My favorite one has been the Alfredo, and we're going to be doing a review for that one next week. But yeah, that's been my favorite so far. Just saw on Flash News that Bernie Sanders has had a heart attack. WB prepared mine. Um, so this is after his stents that he received. WB, or is that from prior? This was on the news flash. Oh, I'm guessing that has just recently happened. Let me pull that up right fast. Give me a second. Hold on, guys, while I try to take a look at that. Yes, Bernie Sanders had heart attack. His doctor says he leaves hospital 12 minutes ago. Wait a second, is this the old one or is this a new heart attack? Okay, Bernie Sanders had a heart attack this week. I'm not seeing if it is his prior incident when he had the stents or if it's something new. Oh, it was a new notice just now. Okay. See if I can pull this up here. Sorry, I'm trying to look at the screen here. His campaign confirmed he departed Desert Spring Hospital Medical Center in Las Vegas. Oh, where's the story? I said I just get a little cliff note. That's retarded. Really? Let's see, I'm trying to read the chat while I'm sitting there looking at this. Okay, so pulling up CNN, which sucks. The New York Times also has it 13 minutes ago, says he leaves the hospital after a heart attack. Now, I do know he just had 2 stents. All right, Bernie Sanders, 78, had entered the hospital on Tuesday night after experiencing chest pains at a campaign event. The doctor had inserted 2 stents in a blocked artery, a relatively common procedure, but the campaign did not confirm that Mr. Sanders had, sorry, freaking ads just popped up, had a heart attack until Friday. Okay, so this is the same incident as of Tuesday that is now confirmed that it was a heart attack. Okay. And that is, I'm pulling that off of NewYorkTimes.com. Updated 13 minutes ago. All right, so it looks like it was the same one. John, hey C.F.P, he had a second heart attack as he left hospital. Routers. All right, let me pull that up. All right. I'm looking, guys. I am not seeing a second heart attack. All my searches keep showing. All right, I may have misspelled. Yes, I am a pecker when it comes to typing. I peck. And that came out sounding so wrong. Two days ago, an hour ago, suffered a heart attack earlier this week. Definitely send me the link either by email or here on that story, because I'm not getting anything new. All the other stuff I pulled up was from Tuesday, and they announced that it was a heart attack on Friday. So yeah, definitely send me those links so I can follow up on that. WV, the stupid mainstream, probably is announcing he left the hospital. Yeah, it happens, but yeah, definitely, please, definitely feel free to send me those links. You have my telephone number too, WV. You can actually just message it to me so I can check on that. It could just be communication error on that, but you know how that goes. All right, what else we got here in our chat? I hope I didn't miss any question, guys. Okay, Bernie Sanders says he will be in the next debate. I'm trying my best not to get into the political stuff, guys. Everybody knows which way I lean. I've talked about being a constitutionalist. Josh, mainstream media will never support how sick he really is. Yeah, I mean, he's a forerunner, dude. All right, I'm trying to catch up here in the chat, see if I missed anything. All right. My bad. Media making big deal on diagnosis, confusing headlines. John, no problem at all. It happens. I go through so much information. You know, I do get regular news feeds, but I also dig around in some other areas, and some of these stories I come across when I try cross-referencing some, most of the time it just shoots them down. You know, it's like, I don't even know where they're even pulling this stuff, because a lot of these stories they run with, and there's no backing. They never direct you to any information. Just like tonight, we had ABC on, and they just kept on going on and on about these text messages, but they never showed a single text message. So, I mean, you don't get to just make up shit and not give any evidence. It's frustrating. It really is. All right. The story is on another live. Don't want to draw people from this live. C.F.P. No problem. No problem at all. We're probably not going to be on much long anyway. We're already in an hour and 19 minutes, and I am. Well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and pull up one of my other stories. I'm not going to put it up on screen because it chokes down the news feed, I'm afraid. I mean, it chokes down my video. All right, I already talked about the get rid of babies. That is just so stupid. Oh, you know what? Let me go ahead and bring this back up. I did a video the other day on this about the NK test launch. WV, sorry about that. WV, no problem, no problem at all. I have no issue at all with that. It happens. I know. I ran with the store before, and then turns out I didn't look at it hard enough at it. But yeah, it's quite all right. Trends tend to lead left or right. I prefer to lean forward. Deborah, yes, you are correct on that. The reason why I still go to my trends as far as my news feeds and stuff, I can still grab hold of what they're talking about, and then I can actually go trace down the articles and things that actually got that story started. And that's what I try to report from than just going with the mainstream. Now, I'll pull up CNN or whatever just to get the story out there so I can actually keep on looking into what actually got things started on it. But yeah, I don't take their stuff face value at all. Let's see. All right. So the other day, yesterday, I think it was, or the day before, I think it was yesterday, NK was testing a new type of submarine launched ballistic missile. Now, that does have me concerned. That has me concerned multiple areas. Besides the nuclear threat, and this thing got an altitude of over 500 miles. Besides the threat of nuclear, I'm also worried about EMPs. All right, those are the ones that I see happening, other than nuclear strikes. Because if you nuke the crap out of a country, it's going to be years before you get to invade and take over that property. It's a nuclear wasteland. But if you strike first with an EMP and disable their weaponry, then you got them. But for years they went on and on about they don't have submarine capabilities. They're a long ways from this. They do have subs. All right, they've had subs for years. It wasn't long ago they showed pictures of Mr. Kim Jong Un Young Bung Dong Dong out there surveying one of their submarines, and they had made a dress on some type of doors that were built onto the side of this thing, and they believed they could have been used as missile tubes for underwater to air missiles. Hence, missiles like this for testing. Um, right now, we always know where they're testing things from. I mean, we've got plenty of satellites. We're always looking in on them. Things are underwater, can't track them. They pull that sucker up against the coastline, pull it in the Gulf of Mexico. When they launch, it's only minutes before that thing hits its target. If they want to launch an EMP, it only takes minutes, a few minutes, to reach altitude high enough. You only have to reach 200 miles to detonate a high yield EMP to take out the country. It doesn't take long for that missile to reach that. So it still has, as long as it's faster than our missiles to take it down, it's already in the air. It's already above where it needs to be going. So yeah, it is a huge concern. Nope, not trying to scare anybody. I'm just following things through, my thought process. That's it. An EMP, all you would have to do is sit back and wait for a year. John, yes, food will stop, water stops. Ask yourself this and really think. How many people do you know prepare like you? That you can count on your hand, that you personally know. Not talking about people on the channel here that you know that are preppers. I'm talking about people in your neighborhood, people that you talk to. Not always. You don't know what the next person's doing next door unless you personally know them. How many people you know prepare, stock up food, water, supplies, medical, defense? Odds are not many. So if everything shuts down and you're able to, let's say that you go unnoticed. You're able to lock down your home, or you manage to bug out of your location if necessary, and they're left trying to scavenge. How long do you think they're going to last? Odds are not long. They gave a 90% death toll within a year on that one report. I play around with that idea a lot. I don't know if it's going to be that severe, but then I started thinking about medical, the people that are in need of medical that needs to be on a generator, a power supply, respirators, dialysis, things like that. Yeah, they're not going to make it. Not without help. People in wheelchairs. All right, a lot of people upgraded to the electric wheelchairs, things like that. Um, Mobility for them is going to be real low. And how are they going to go hunt for food, scavenge? So yeah, the ones that are on medical are going to be the first ones to go. And I hate to say that, but it's just a reality. So yeah, when I first saw the numbers at 90%, I'm like, there's no way. That's pretty high. But when I started figuring in other things, and a lot of it is, I think they looked at it not just water supply being shut off and food. I think they're also considering civil unrest, things like that nature. I think they're also putting that into play too. So I don't think it's just power goes out, 90% loses. I think they actually figured in the medical, they figured in the riots, the murdering. As much as I would love to say that our country is morale bound and trying to help each other out at all times, we do with basic natural disasters. We see it. We see it a lot. Families come together and pull together. But now, is that still going to be there when there is no rule of law? Personally, I don't think so. I think that once people realize that they're not being watched by Big Brother anymore, they're going to go out to play. Because look at today's society now. Everybody is entitled to something, to everything. They're entitled to everything. They're entitled to respect. When I was raised, you earn respect. Now, being polite and respectful to somebody, yes, I do agree with that. But for somebody running their mouth and demand I respect them, no, that's not going to happen. You're going to have to earn that one. Uh, Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. I was looking at the chat, trying to see what I was missing here. I think it's only going to be a matter of weeks that they know the power will not be returned, that it's going to be a free for all. It's going to be freaking crazy. And one of the reasons we want to be in Wyoming, because I've got a huge buffer zone between me and the masses. Now, can you get to Wyoming on foot? Sure. Are you going to be able to get to Wyoming and ready to put up a fight if you went by foot? No. Um, CJ Blaze, don't keep all your preps in one place. Exactly. We have preps here at the house. We have preps in the ground with our survival buckets. I've showed those in the past. I know it's been a couple months. We have location spots. I call them refill spots. We go to refill certain supplies while we're bugging out. Now, do we have a large amount here? Yeah, we do. Mainly because most of the time we are planning on bugging in. Just depends on what scenario we're facing if we're going to bug out or not. But do we have plans and supplies to retrieve if we bug out? Yeah. What about all the nuclear power plants that need to be cooled after power outage? Well, Josh, Swiss Army Josh, without now the diesel, the fuel for the generators and stuff like that they have, if they don't go out because of the EMP and get fried, let's just say that they've been hardened. All right, let's just say that they've been hardened for argument's sake. Without a steady amount of fuel going to it to feed those giant generators and water pumps that are needed electricity, it'll only be a matter of weeks before they run out of fuel. Unless they have some way of getting fuel, they will eventually melt down. So yeah, and we got 3 here, closest ones on our west coast, Florida. Let's see what else we got here. I keep seeing ages here, guys. 55 here, not good health. 62. I'm not saying because you are up in age, you're not going to make it. That's not what I'm saying. You'll be amazed what the human body can go through in a survival situation. I'm not down in that one bit. I'm referring to the ones that are medically dependent on electricity, all right, to run machines that keep them alive, medication that has to be brought in to stay alive. All right, like my father, he's diabetic. He has to take insulin. When he had his heart attack back in 2012, he was already, I forget what stage the diabetes is, where you can regulate it with his diet. When he had his heart attack, though, it threw him full blown insulin, full blown diabetic, where now he has to have insulin shots. Now, him and my brother are together. My brother watches out for him. You know, they're just like me. Good luck. Now, I was talking to my brother the other day. They had released where insulin was no longer a kind of controlled substance. Before, we'd have to get a prescription for him. You can only get so many vials per time, and each couple months you'd have to go get more medication. Thankfully, though, that's not the case anymore in his case. So they've been stocking up. All right, right now we got them a year's supply. Okay, well, you got to keep insulin at a certain temperature. Well, like me, they follow up with solar generators. That way, they have a way to keep an icebox cool. That way, it doesn't freeze. They can regulate the temperature on it. You know, so we move forward on that. But when that supply's out, what is it going to do? All right, just don't want to sound insensitive because I'm not. It bothers me a lot. I love my father. All right, but when it comes down to there isn't any, yeah, he's going to wind up passing. And that's going to go the same with a lot of people on medication that they have to have to survive. You know, blood thinners, things like that, pacemakers. Batteries and pacemakers don't last forever. Now, there is a lot of things floating around about if you got a pacemaker and EMP is going to fry it, they're just going to drop. I don't know that information. It's a possibility. I hope not. But we know that pacemaker batteries do go out. You know, there's a lot of things. And I know this is probably a horrible topic to discuss, guys, and I do apologize. It's just a realization that if society stops, it's going to be a lot of people that won't make it. And these are some of the easier people that will fall victim to this because they just don't have any medication. CJ Blaze, all right, I saw your comment there. Yeah, I'll definitely catch you on Mark's live stream in the chat. Let me get back here in the chat, guys. I wasn't trying to be a downer on stuff, guys. I'm just trying to help with the awareness on it. Let's put it that way. I'm not trying to be a dick. Magic Prepper, you made it. We're actually fixing to end this stream, buddy. Hey, I did get your link up for the fire starting review that you did. I did get that up for people to look at. And again, buddy, I do appreciate you doing that for me. Got a knee replaced and a toe fixed. I'll be golden. Hey, getting things done now is actually going to save in the long run because it's not going to be available afterwards. Hubby and I have a big bang pack. Grandy, I understand what you're saying. Oh, let's see here. I got Narby knees now. Is that a product name on the knee replacement? Sometimes reality sucks. Anesthesia, medication, etc. will be gone. And most in 30 days, you can't get stocked up without prescription. Linda, that's great information there on that. Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of medication that they just don't allow you to stock up on. Carolyn, thank you for getting that link up for me for JStone78. I appreciate that. And like I said earlier, guys, she just needs help with her watch time hour. All right. You have to have 4,000 watch times once you have your 1,000 subscribers. She does have her subscriber count, but she just needs some help with those watch time hours so she can get monetized. So, yeah, definitely, please go check her out. Like I said, just sometimes I can't sit right in front of my phone and watch something, but I try to support other channels. I will turn on the live stream. I'll set down my phone while I'm doing something else. I can still hear it playing, but I'm not active in the chat or something. At least they're getting those watch time hours. So I definitely would appreciate y'all helping her out. And again, she didn't ask me to help her out or anything like that. It's just something that we got a great community here that we try to help each other out. And again, guys, I don't want anybody to think that I try to preach doom and gloom here on this channel. Yes, we are a prepping channel. We are smart enough to know that the reality is things will happen. And if we have to talk about rough subjects about people that's not going to make it, it's just a fact. All right. Sorry. Well, yeah, Central Florida prep is real tough, guys. Get teary eyed right now. Give me a second, guys. I'm back. I'm good. So yeah, we started working on preparations for my father, trying to get him as much insulin as possible. We do have ways of keeping it cool with our solar and things, but we do understand that when the medication is not there, we will lose loved ones, and it's hard. It really is, guys. It really is. Helen, you can listen to her show, Fun to Hang Out and Chat. Yes, she does have a very late show at night. It's usually after Marfugo TV's already went off the air. She'll do one of those. I try to make those. Sometimes though, with my physical therapy in the mornings when they're scheduled that early, I can't. All right, I have to get a little bit of sleep. So I try to watch as much of the replay the next day when I have the time. But like I said, most of the time I just put it on. I'll be working the shed or something like that. So excuse me for a second. Yes, I'm dipping. At least I'm not smoking in front of y'all. But I gotta have nicotine. Do I have supplies as far as nicotine? Damn right I do. I've got a lot of dip. Cigarettes, yeah. Alcohol, of course. Would it be better if I didn't dip or smoke before SHTF? Absolutely. Am I at that point in my life where I can set those down? Nope. So I prepare. All right. Let me get back here in the chat. All right, guys. We are pushing 1 hour 40 minutes, so let's go ahead and call it a night tonight. And like C. Dave Blaze was just saying, Adam should have a show on tonight, so hopefully I'll be able to catch y'all there. Again, let me make sure I put up Magic Prepper's link here for our fire starting kit. He did a great review on it. And WV, I have to get my nicotine prepared. Yeah, it's gonna be rough without any cigarettes, trust me. And I don't want to be the dumbass running to the store trying to get supplies when everything happened and get my butt shot off because I was trying to get a carton of cigarettes. It's gonna the way to go out. All right, the ways to go out. Yeah, you got shot trying to loot a pack of cigarettes. Yeah, Karen, but I just got here. I do apologize. Yeah, I've been rambling on and on, guys. WV, I do appreciate it. All right, so I'll talk to y'all later. I got a couple other stories I want to be working on, a couple more videos here in the future. I have been asked by a couple other people to do a more in-depth video on some things, especially like escaping the city during SHTF. That particular filming is actually very difficult for me to do right now because, one, I'm not allowed to drive right now. So trying to get transport to the city and get some good shots and video is an issue. But I'm working on it, guys. Hopefully I'll be able to get that together here in a couple months. But anyway, Linda, just subscribed. Fugu Fam sent me. Well, I appreciate you coming in. I really do. We do have a great community here of people, and definitely like having you here. All right, spent $16 in a roll, 2.5 cartons. Oh, 2.5 cartons. Okay, got it. I just looked at that wrong. Sweet Liberty, please remember to hit the like button. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, guys. Again, let's go ahead and end this stream. I am just rambling on and on. I will catch you guys later.